everybody. So this video has been planned, but not really planned. So if you know, June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. So that's kind of what we're going to talk about until my mic dies. But also, this is me giving like a 6-month update. Just kind of about like what's going on in life since like January. Like I said, this video wasn't really planned. Like, there's no script for it. Probably gonna have to hold the mic. It's currently 11:23 on Tuesday, June 17th. So I guess it's kind of get into the update. As many as you knew, I had lost my really good job at the bank January 2nd of this year. And that was extremely hard. And I mean, I take accountability for it, you know. But I'm appreciative of the opportunity that my old manager gave me. She saw something that was worth, you know, the opportunity. As even you know from the video that's on the page, I worked at Best Buy for many years. I got really good at my job. I was on track to potentially head to Florida for what's called Achievers. But I wasn't growing much more in that job. It became real stagnant. Just wasn't room to grow. So I always be grateful for the opportunity that I was given to grow. Then some other stuff happened. The next month I was working for a company. I was doing speedways. Like, I was going to speedways and resetting like candy aisles with a guy from my church. And this kind of sucks because we do one store. I'm heading to our next store. He locks himself out of his car. I turn around. Now, I turn around and I go back and we end up getting his keys, finding his keys. And I have this moment of, okay, cool, I could go home or I could go to the next store. Now, this time I'm broke. It's weekly pay, so I'm like, but I still need the money because, like, yeah. So I drive to the next store. And as I'm driving, I make a left and I'm going down this windy road and I see this cop, but I'm on the phone with somebody. No, I think I was just listening to music and I'm driving and I don't realize I'm going like way over the speed limit. So I drive past and I see the cop get behind me and I'm like, damn, maybe he's not. But I'm like, nah, he for me. So I'm driving. I'm in Fremont, Michigan. So if anyone knows where that is, yeah. My tags are expired. I got no insurance and no L's. I'm a 3-time loser, fam. So I get on the street of the speedway that I'm heading to. Lights me up and I'm like, fuck. So I pull over. You know, he's like, license and registration. I'm like, I ain't got it. I got an ID. So he runs my name, sees I ain't got no warrants. Luckily, by the grace of God, bro does not tow my car. Now, anyone who knows, like, they supposed to tow your car, like, because you're not supposed to drive it, you know, with no tax or insurance. So I go inside, and I do my job or whatever. I snap on my coworker, drop it down in the comment if you want to know that story. So I'm like, how do I get out of here? Because I don't know Fremont like that. So I called my homegirl. I'm like, yo, what do I do? So my homegirl is literally on the phone with me, like giving me directions of where to go, like how to get out of Fremont. So I do that. Time goes on, like a month goes by. You know, go to court. You know, get the lawyer. Lawyer calls me like a couple weeks after court. He's like, hey, we're gonna try and get some stuff, you know, knocked down or whatever. Blah blah blah. We're gonna make it to where you can keep. You know, I got my permit after, you know, after that. So, you know, I'm, you know, trying to do all that, and I go to court again. You know, my car illegal. I got insurance. I got to work on the license part. I'm sorry. I got my permit. No, I'm lying. I got that. So judge is like, hey, we're just knocking it down to driving. So I forgot what the charge was, but bro told me how much the fine is. Bro was like, it's $150. So me and my homegirl like, hey, you know how like when you with your friend, you be like, you don't want to sit down dumb to fuck it up. So I mean, like, thank you, Your Honor. Have a great one, and leave. So I'm like, man. And in the midst of all that, I end up getting a job at the hospital. If you work in Grand Rapids, you know, if you know me, you know where I work. So it is what it is. So that's been, you know, another thing. I got that job in April. I'm 28 now. I made it to my birthday. Yeah. So that's kind of bits. Not the hold on. I'm also getting an apartment, guys. So where you see me now is like I'm in my mom's house, in the room at my mom's house. I move in August. I literally got the job at the hospital, and I'm like, you know, I want to tour a couple apartments just to kind of see what it's looking like. So I tour one place. It's kind of nice. It's not far from my mom's house. The laundromat is like right near the apartment. So like, if this is the complex, where my head is how far the laundromat is. I'm like, all right, cool. That's not bad. It's income based. And then like we did the math, and I just made the cut. I was like, all right, bet. I looked at another place. I might actually put that place in this video. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Or I might post it on TikTok. Like, this is what I was looking at. It went like $1,400, like $1,200 for a box. Like, you walk in and you just, it's on top of you. So then I'm scrolling on apartments.com, and I see this place. It's a studio apartment, you know, it's nothing crazy. So I'm looking, I'm like, all right, you know, not bad. So I tour a lofted version of it. That one's expensive. I didn't get that one. I can't afford that. But I tour it, and I like the place. I like the complex. It's not far. It's 17 minutes from work. And I'm like, man, I really like this place. But again, I just started. So May comes around. I'm talking to my guy, Nolan. Shout out to Nolan. I'm like, I think I'm going to apply for this apartment. Now, the application fee was $31. Now, the hold fee was $250. But if I didn't get it, I'd have got that $250 back. Since I got it, that $250 goes towards my movement cost. So I finally like, hey, I want to apply. I still have the application from the day I toured. So I bring in the application, and I think like literally the next day, 2 days later, I get a phone call. I don't know this number, but I'm at work. But we slow. So I'm like, hey bro, I'm finna duck off. Take this phone call. I walk in the cooler. Hello? Hey, CJ, we just want to let you know that you got approved for the apartment, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, word? Crazy. Let me backtrack. Also, before I got the job at the hospital, My car got repoed. Yeah. So how I lost my job at a good paying job at the bank, and I was doing that bullshit job of going to speedways. Yeah. I lost my car. It was only for like a couple days. Shout out to my dad. He paid for it to get out. So that was crazy. Anybody who knows my dad is like, y'all know, like, that's crazy. But yeah, lost that. I got it back now. We're back on track with payments. We live. I'm really kind of stuck with this car for the next 2 years though, so that's fine though. We locked in. Me and Lola, we locked in. But yeah, now we fast forward back to the apartment, and I'm like, I sat there and I stood there and I was like, this is crazy. Because I was just telling my coworker, I was like, I applied for this place and I don't think I got it. But I was telling someone else recently, I don't know if anyone believes in dreams, but recently, the way that my life's been moving, everything good that's happened has come to me in a dream. So, hospital job. I find out the day of, so I go to sleep the night before I find out I got the job. I'm in a dream like, oh, cool. The person's like, hey, we're gonna offer you the job. All right, same thing with the apartment. I go to sleep, I dream, I got the apartment, I wake up, I got the apartment. I'm like, that's crazy. Now, I also think everything that I've gone through, from lost my relationship with my ex, losing my car, losing my job, I feel like part of it was God telling me I need to sit down and really, give him the praise, because when I got the job at the bank, I was like, yeah, look at me. And I never really gave God the glory of God put me in this situation. God gave me these gifts, I was like, look at me, look at me, look at me. And I think that was God, like, hold on, bro. Without me, there is no you, which totally fair. Big G-O-D. But I tell you though, this kind of transitions into the mental health aspect of it. There was a spot where, I didn't know if I was gonna be here. I ain't gonna lie to you. There's a couple videos I had made. Well, there's one video I made. It was like when I got fired. I was sitting in my car. I was doing laundry at the laundromat. And I just was like, what do I do? Because I ain't been fired in I don't know how long. I was 27. I got fired. I probably had been 20 when I got fired from my last job. I just moved jobs. I put in a 2-week notice and I leave, or I just quit and leave and go to a new job. So for me to get fired, I was like, what do I do? And I just remember crying. I think I cried all January. And shit, obviously I cried in February. So I was like, damn. But I want to read a text that one of my OGs, hopefully I can find it. Yeah, it was just, so I told him about the studio, and I got since then I've gone through my stuff, realized I'm pretty much set with a lot of stuff for this apartment. But it was just more of talking about all the blessings that I've gotten in the last few months. And I was like, yeah, man, this apartment is what I've cried for, what I've worked for, what I've prayed for. And my OG, she was like, I was a bit worried about you at one point through it all. I'm glad you kept at it. Proud of you. I'm gonna be real. There was times where I was like, do I want to keep doing this? Because I promise you, I think I applied to 50 jobs and had 10 interviews. And I'm like, what am I doing wrong? I applied to Apple, didn't get it. I applied to a couple banks, interviewing, getting that dreaded email. Dear Clarence, Thank you for interviewing her and thank you for your interest. We're going with other candidates. Damn, bro. And I started doubting myself because, I've had a job since I've been 17, 18. So this was the longest time where I was sat down, but I had to get in my word. I had to sit down with Big G.O.D. I still sit with G.O.D. Because without him, wouldn't be here. And that's a lot. But right now, obviously with the job and everything, I'm better. Obviously, I got money in my pocket. I'm moving. Over my right shoulder, I got a calendar. I saw it and I got it with birthdays and stuff in it, but I got my move-in date. I can't see it, but I done flipped to August, and I got my move-in date on there. That's what keep me going. Cause I'd have been through some stuff. And all of it, it puts me in this position to where all right, cool. I needed that. I needed to be sat down. I was moving too fast. Some other cool thing, a guy that I mentored, when he first started coming to our church, something he told me was the craziest thing. Hold on. My bad, I got anxiety, y'all. He told me that I was one of the first people to mentor him and walk with him. Mind you, I was trying to still find my way with Jesus too. One of my other OGs, he walking with me, and I'm trying to walk with me. I'm like, we're gonna figure it out together, gang. And just to kind of see where my man's gone through, I probably will have to send this to the editor, but I'm gonna look in this camera, John, to where you were when I first met you, to all didn't know if you really wanted to be a believer, to not chasing women, but kind of chasing just a couple, one certain shorty, to where you are now, getting married in October. I'm super proud of you, my dude. Keep your head up, keep your head on the swivel. I know we not real, we haven't been close, but I always enjoy seeing you at church. I love seeing you and your wife to be. And I am greatly, humbly honored that you asked me to stand next to you in your wedding. When you asked me that, I was I ain't gonna lie, I was why? We're gonna talk like that for real. But honestly, your kind words of what you said of me is I can't take the credit for that, because again, as a Christ follower, it is our job to make disciples of disciples of disciples. And like I said, it's been an honor to walk with you, from a distance, up close. We've had our falling outs. We came back together. Yeah, dog, like I said, I'm super happy to be standing next to you in your wedding. Yeah. But I also applied to get back into Comerica. Sorry to get off topic. I like the hospital. Hospital doing great things for me in my life. It got me this apartment. It waived my security deposit. I'm just not making enough. Got bills. I move in 55 days. You know what I mean? And I got some money saved, but I'm trying to get more money. So I reached out to my old manager. She left me on red. That's fine. She busy. She run 2 branches, guys. Hopefully, I'm able to come back. Like I said, it's at a different branch. It's a branch that's closer to my home currently, and it's a 5-10 minute walk from my new place that I'm going to be living. So hopefully that I've applied to a couple more banks. Yeah. But another thing I also wanted to talk about outside of the update, like I said, it is June. June is Men's Mental Health Month. Now I know that it doesn't get talked about a lot. You know, June is also Pride Month. June also has Juneteenth in it. So a lot of people are like, you know, they're gonna put those things at the top of the list, and they're gonna put the men's mental health at the bottom. So I'm gonna speak for me. Like I told you, 2024, well 2025 actually, has, you know, been kind of rough for you, boy. I didn't know if I was gonna be here. But I had some people in my corner, and really find out who's in my corner. Like losing my job. Shout out to my guy Brendan. Like we were supposed to go out to lunch, like later that week. Bro paid for me. Like I had the bread. Like I still had that last banker paycheck. He's like, I got you, fam. Next time, bro was like, hey, we going out. I was like, oh, that's cool. I ain't got it, fam. Don't worry about it. I got you. Bro took care of me 3 times. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's forever always gonna be my dude. You know, the day that I hopefully don't get to, you know, become a mister, and, you know, I get to stand up there, my man gonna be right there. You know, shout out my dog. Shout out my dog Wesley. Bro, we've been rocking since third grade. We know each other since second, but we've been rocking since third. You know, there's some times where like I'm up here with it, and you know I'm like, hey bro, I need to see you, gang. I need to be with my dog, and we make it work. We make it shake. Now there's been times where like, that's like I said, that's little bro. There's been times where like I failed him as his brother. I ain't gonna get into all that. But there was a time where bro was not rocking with me. A couple times in the last like year and a half, 2 years. Well, 24, 25. And you know, that shit was eating at me. That shit was eating at me. I was like, I want to talk to bro, but bro don't want to fuck with me for real. And I had to take that on the chin. But bro know I love him. I know I love bro. And I know bro love me for real, so that's another man that's gonna be standing next. That's gonna be the man standing next to me, actually. Fuck what you heard. What's he gonna? That's the best man right there. You know, I could go on and on. Shit, shout out to Just Kicking the team. You know, right now it's just crew 3 of us. You know, I know y'all don't see me and Brando for real, but that's still dog. Bro got life going on. I pray for bro so often. I hope he feel it. I may not hit up bro, but I hope bro know I love him. That's my dog. I can't wait to get into the studio. Hi, see what I did there, studio? You know, we was shooting at bro crib. Now it's like, hey bro, come to the crib, come shoot the pod. You know, afterwards, come. Let's hop on the game. But that's my dog. That's the third man to my, it's gonna be to my left. Shout out to my guy Luke. You know, that's the man that be putting these videos together. Last one I did, you know, I felt like, you know, I didn't do too bad. You know what I mean? The car conversation joint, I didn't do too bad. But you know, the long joints, you know, this might not be a long joint, but I still probably send it to him. That's my dog. Like I said, I just turned 28 like a month ago. Literally a month ago. And I text dog, I was like, hey bro, I need you. Like, I want you here, you know, you mean a lot to me. I want you at my dinner. Bro was like, when is it? When and where? I was like, May 17th at Chili's. Bro was like, I got you. Bro showed up to church. I didn't know bro was coming to church. So that's my dog. Another dog standing next to me. Them my dogs is gonna be standing next to me at my wedding. So that only one that really know that is Wesley. So Luke, Brendan, and Brandon, yeah. When I finally get married. Yeah, man, like I feel like as men we gotta be, I hate the stigma of like people don't give a fuck about us, because there's people that give a fuck about us. And it's not just men, it's also women. Like I said, one of my OGs, they've been, anytime I need a phone call, it's like, if she can't answer right now, like she older, she got kids, she got a kid, she got a job, she's the tech director of our church, like, but it's always, I can send that text message, and I know they gonna respond within the day. You know what I mean? So that's, I gotta have my hands free. My bad. That part, Cass gonna be doing sound at my wedding. Like I said, man, just having people in your corner when you're going through it, that's some real shit. Cause I don't know, I know for a fact, I wouldn't be sitting here being able to give y'all this good news after all the hurt for, the first 3 months of the year to now, 3 months later, I'm back on my feet. I'm walking. I'm not fully running. Me and Big God, we not running yet, but we strolling. We taking a love. We stroll in the park. Yeah, man. So to all my OGs, my YNs, I'm closer to Unc than I am the youngin now. So let me, as Unc, to all the youngins, if you're seeing this, please talk to somebody. I'm trying to get more paper so I can, get on this payment plan. See my therapist. I ain't seen my therapist in about a year, gang. But people are out there. They do love you. They do care for you. I know I say I'm a lot. Like I said, this wasn't scripted, gang. I got series in my phone. I got stuff scripted, and I probably still say, like, strive to be better every day. Don't hold that shit in. There's some statistics I do want to share with y'all. If you still here, 525,000 a year, 10,000 a week, 1,400 a day. Those are numbers of men, take their own lives. And I always say, I always tell my OGs, my youngins, my right hand men, I'd rather listen to you talk about your feelings than sit front row or carry your casket. So, like I said, to all the guys, please take your mental health seriously. You're not weak for crying. If you gotta cry, please cry. Father's Day was Sunday. It's me. I know I got 2 babies. Ain't heard from him. And, it hurt. I was hoping this year maybe, at least one of, hear from one of them, but it's fine. But like I keep saying, man, I'm walking with OG, when I get to running, maybe in a year from now, I'm out to stew I'm in a 2-bedroom and I'm getting that by myself. And, you know, something can shake, you know. I can start seeing my kids, you know, or actually one of them. I got a daughter and a little boy. My jelly bean and my Nino. It's always crazy. People are like, you got kids? I didn't know that. I mean, you ain't ask. Yeah, that's why I got kids. You ain't ask nothing about me. Yeah. Like I said, you know, Father's Day is hard. You know, for me. And it's hard for everybody else. Like, it's hard for other people too. But when I say it's hard for me, it's, you know, maybe, I don't know, maybe, I don't want to say God made a mistake, but maybe I wasn't meant to be Miracle and Nehemiah's dad. Miracle and Nehemiah's dad. You know what I mean? 'Cause, you know, they got other dads now. And I just kind of hope those men are treating my babies right. Because I think about them every day. I just hope that they see, well, down the line, they'll know that I wanted to be there. I wasn't, it wasn't a choice for me not to be there. That I love him. I killed for him. I spent my last on him. But like I said, like, even though it's hard, I'm still super happy. Like, my dog Brandon, he, ironic enough, we both had a boy and a girl. Well, we had the girl first and then the boy. My little goddaughter, she graduated kindergarten today. So, you know, I get to be unc. I ain't got no wait till tomorrow. I probably throw him 20 ball. That's for my goddaughter. Something. 5 something, 520 something. Yeah, man. I just hope that, you know, keep making strides to be better. In the words of King James, strive for greatness, you know what I mean? Like I said, this video was not planned. But, and I was also scrolling through my phone, I got like a folder of different quotes that I kind of read, and it bring me, when I'm up here, back to here, and when I'm down, you know, here, it bring me back to here. You know, they level me out. Some are mental health related, some are just, you know, really dope quotes. So this one, I'm gonna read for the fellas, on behalf of the fellas. Just let men experience silence in the room and in their head, because we have been fighting loudly with our demons, and I think we appreciate that a little. Guy who said that his name is Joe Kidney. I've been following him on TikTok probably since the pandemic. Yeah, I've been yeah, man. Just don't give up. The world's a better place with you in it. You're doing a great job. Just because you're not in the same place as your friend, or you're not in the same place where you thought you would be on June 17th, 2025, you're still here. And that's all that matters. So keep going. Also, side note, I know that was supposed to be the end. If y'all seen Sinners, that shit was crazy. That's all I gotta say. Have a wonderful night. Have a great rest of the month. Have a great rest of your year. I'll give y'all an apartment update here in a couple months. I'm gonna try to push out more content. I put a short out on YouTube yesterday, a couple days ago. We had 1,000 views. So, you know, we gotta just keep the content rolling. Yeah. I appreciate you all. Thank you for being the fam. Thank you for sitting here for almost 40 minutes on a random Tuesday night. Wanting to sit here and listen to me. Yeah, I ain't got no shirt underneath. It's hot. I got these lights on. I'm sweating. But yeah, man, for real. I know I ain't been looking at the camera. A lot of it, I've been trying not to cry. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Content will be coming soon. Yeah, thanks for just kicking it with me. Peace.